Steve here. Welcome to The Healthy Objectivist. That's the second time I've used that name. Yes, a recent name change. Only half a dozen videos in. Yeah, I get it. Prior. I'm keeping the first 4 or so videos there because they were called The Christian Objectivist. Even by saying that again, it's weird to say. I'm getting used to the Healthy Objectivist. So today you've clicked on it. You know the title before I do. It's going to be something like Shoehorning Philosophy. I don't even know how long this video is. You know before me as well. You get it, right? You get it. So my hiatus from listening to Yaron Brook was broken a week or 2 ago. Well, pretty much up to date. Back after a year, maybe even 18 months. And a few interesting things in there. I still don't know if Yaron is triple vaxxed or not, but I think he is. That's only an assumption. It didn't slap me in the face if he did say if he was vaccinated. And there's been a few comments about Jordan Peterson that came out, and as it turns out, in the month or so before I returned to listening to Yaron, I've been listening to Jordan Peterson to see what all the fuss is about. I get these waves, and just before I got back onto Yaron, I heard him on the Lex Fridman show, and that's another dude I've been listening to in recent times. The Dark Horse I've been listening to as well. Stefan Molyneux, I've been in and out for around 6 years now. A very profound advocate of objectivism. In recent years, as in maybe 3 or 4 years perhaps, he sort of steered away from objectivism, suggesting that maybe some people, most people, let's face it, most people aren't capable of understanding objectivism, let alone applying it. And there's been a few comments from Yaron indicating the other reference with Jordan Peterson, right? That Jordan Peterson sort of shoehorns the whole biblical series and the whole archetype discussion that he has, and the maps of meaning type thing, which relates to religion. And is he misintegrating? I'm not sure about disintegrating. Misintegrating is probably more accurate. Yes. Incorporating Leonard Peikoff, his last profound work, The Dim Hypothesis. I read it. Feels like I read it in 2016. Yeah, 2016. I read that. Applying it, understanding it. It probably needs a revisit. Sorry for the head turning and all that. Yes, I'm afraid for now, this is going to be unprepared riffing, a witnessing of the unpacking of certain thoughts that I have with objectivism, and I've put my hat in the ring as specializing in the health realm, and not mainstream either, not allopathic medicine, not like think your MD or your general practitioner will treat you with. I also go against the grain with the pandemic situation and the policies regarding that, and the whole how viruses work and how vaccines work, and the whole, dare I say, even worse than the Christian objectivist, the whole germ theory. That's a snippet. A culmination of 13,000 hours in private research got me out of a health state very, very dire, and so I'm back on track now, and hopefully I'll be living longer than Leonard, longer than Alan Greenspan, certainly longer than Ayn Rand. And I want all objectivists to yes, it's a 0 to 1 thing. I'd like to think that health-wise I've gone 0 to 1. There's another 0 to 1, but the sort of approach that I take versus where I get my methodology from, my health methodology, it's crappily delivered. So I'm giving it the objectivist take, a little bit related to the specialization of Alex Epstein with his energy thing. So there's my health take as a snippet, another little snippet of what I've got to offer in health. Calories in, calories out, restriction of diet and exercise equals weight loss equals further health as well. A century-long failed theory, even Ayn Rand, with the, let's face it, the susceptibility, the propensity for a lady to be vain about her image and her looks and that sort of thing, and Ayn Rand struggled a bit in that sort of thing. We're not all perfect. I'm certainly not all perfect. From going from an okay life to rags, trying to build that up again. I've had my failures as well, and so yes, there you go. There's the quality of what you're going to get, because I've gone from talking about Jordan Peterson to talking about my shtick. Anyway, that's the brief mention of my shtick. A little bit more that I'll mention. More preludes, like these earlier episodes are preludes to what I have to contribute. Both health, yes, I mentioned that, economics, the branches of philosophy like ethics, probably number 3, psychology number 4 perhaps, hence the reason for listening to Jordan Peterson. Yes. I've been a mental health nurse for about 18 years, recently deregistered, and now I don't have to hold my tongue, I can just let it all fly. And I've just realized that I'm not allowed to say that how to treat and mitigate cancer, so I won't be going there. Wow. So that's another thing I've realized in recent times. Interesting. And so Jordan Peterson, the whole shoe. The episode is about shoehorning. Be careful about shoehorning our ideology. And you'll notice, from going from landscape to portrait, bit of variety I'll add. For now, it's all going to be in the car, because I live out in the country. I'm going out to the big smoke again today. things. So there you go. Okay, back to Jordan Peterson. Yes, perhaps he's shoehorning his ideological predisposition. I'm not sure if he has a nailed down ideology, and as an objectivist, for now, maybe objectivism needs to be developed more. Come on. Even Yaron Brook has indicated that going from 0 to 1, Ayn Rand has done the heavy lifting. Leonard Peikoff has contributed, a few more points from 1 to 5. Yaron Brook going from 5 to 10, and Alex Epstein as a one of those I guess the specialization part of objectivism, 10 to 12. I don't know of any other overt examples for this moment because I haven't come across them. My health hat in the ring, maybe I can get us to 15. I don't know. So getting from 1 to 100 is easier from 0 to 1. So yes, Ayn Rand has given us that first vehicle, the first, the invention, the first $1 billion pill, and all the other pills cost $1. You get it. So I've had the clumsy attempted abortion, and also clumsy attempts. I acknowledge that even Jordan Peterson is a little bit clumsy. He self-proclaims. He learns as he's lecturing. He learns as he's trying to talk about particular subject matters. And I feel that objectivism needs to be open, even though Jordan Peterson, has the whole Christianity thing in his shtick, trying to understand human life. Come on. Getting from 1 to 100 in objectivism, we might need to absorb, challenge some of the likes of Jordan Peterson. And yes, I get it. Conceptually, ideologically, metaphysically, even epistemologically, yes, I get it. Being a Christian and living by objectivism. Oh, then you're not an objectivist. Well, come on. I understand the virtue of selfishness, freedom, the pursuit of happiness, the economic principles of laissez-faire capitalism. Come on, let's face it. Where we've come to, the whole iPhone complex, travel, new tech coming out. Jordan Peterson acknowledges the miracles, the economic miracles, the lifestyle miracles that we've achieved. Objectivism, Yaron Brook and Leonard and Ayn Rand as yes, Nathaniel and all the others in the space where we're lifting. We're like a pall bearer. Not the best analogy, a pall bearer of carrying a coffin, but heavy lifting analogy. I know, clumsy attempts. I get it. We need to entertain some of the unpacking that Jordan Peterson attempts to do. He's attempted it via religion, an extension of his maps of meaning, an extension of his attempt to understand how we got here, and how we got here certain archetypes, stories. We've had psychotechnologies that have got us here. Producing the Bible was probably a psychotechnology. The printing press certainly a psychotechnology. I've even picked up from Jordan Peterson the idea of reading to ourselves without the words coming out. You're reading to yourself. You know what I'm saying. He's only a psychotechnology that's only 500 years old. How about that? There's a lot of commentary discussion that some of the principles of objectivism are made self-evident, are self-evident, just like saying that Shakespeare's full of cliches. He developed the cliches. Oh no, you don't want to hear this. Shakespeare, come on. The only words that Shakespeare ever wrote, witnessed, verified, is his signature signed 6 times in his life, and 3 times was apparently on his death, on his deathbed. He was an illiterate actor. He actually acted. He was an illiterate. His daughter was illiterate, and the Shakespeare that actually did all that Shakespeare, apparently, theory, hypothesis, a movement of conviction of a few people. Francis Bacon. Yeah, interesting. So Francis Bacon, he perhaps did all that Shakespeare in his absent years. At least it was a decade. How could Shakespeare, not having any exposure to the royal court, understand the royal court and have it as part of his plays? Francis Bacon, he was the wordsmith of the time. He had a major hand, probably the major hand in creating the King James Bible, probably fucking up the Bible, because in a way, even though science, objectivists won't like this, won't like it at all. Science, as we know it, like I'm not sure. Ayn Rand didn't mention too much. Not the best words to use. It didn't stick. If she did use any of these, if she did reference, discuss inductive and deductive reasoning, she would have, but it didn't smack me in the face yet. I mentioned before that I've read, the 2 major works of Ayn Rand, Atlas first, and then Fountainhead. But I should mention that the only others that I've digested properly, like those 2 main works of Ayn Rand, but also Opar and the Dim Hypothesis by Leonard. My next pursuit is perhaps equal is unfair. I think that's Yaron Brooks' book. I might be wrong. That's just I get a sense of am I right about that? But anyway, I digress. I do digress a lot, but I feel it in my bones that I've got a lot to contribute in this space. So let's not poo-poo Jordan Peterson off the bat, because he mentioned Christianity, he mentioned the Bible, he's got a whole series. He talked about the first sentence of Genesis for 3 hours in a lecture once. But let's be more accurate. That sounds wow. Come on, let's be more accurate. It was a preamble, and then he got to the first sentence with about 20 minutes to go, and that was it. He talked about Genesis first sentence for 3 hours. No, it was barely, let's just say 20 minutes. So Science. How could you mention science and not extend on that? Yeah, because I digress. There's my attempt at unpacking what I have to offer, what objectivism needs to think about, to not poo-poo, to not another idea, concept, clumsy, I get it. Shoehorn, part of the shoehorning thing is not to be dogmatic about living a particular way in objectivism. And Yaron Brook often mentions, like, people that can't reason and that sort of thing. You should limit contact with them. Well, let's help them. They may not be capable of understanding reason, because their version of understanding reason is their strategies of getting through life. And sometimes their strategy of getting through life don't have the best virtues. They're not subscribing to the best virtues in getting through life. The only thing that works for certain people is force, manipulation, power projection, status. The virtue of rational selfishness. People can't get it. That's why religion is still there, and that's why I say we can't totally ignore how we got here, because religion is part of how we got here in the whole storytelling, understanding archetypes, understanding human nature. I think Yaron Brook mentions this 200 or 250 year thing. How most of even the West was in extreme poverty. What's another term for privation? Anyway, so yes, we are living on the fumes of, and a peak off time, on the fumes of an integrated 50 years during the Enlightenment. Also, a few little future episode ideas. False dichotomy. Addressing the false dichotomies, but we need patterns still to work on, so the false dichotomies still have to be there. So you see how there's dichotomies, then we have trying to understand patterns. Patterns equals meanings. Trying to make sense of the world. Making sense of the world, acting rationally in the world. Virtues as strategies to get through life equals rational selfishness. That's why I suggest maybe not drop Jordan Peterson so fast. Let's not, as objectivists, totally drop everything. We need to absorb what's been in our face while we, the tree in front of our face, while we know that the forest is there. Let's not totally drop how we got here. Yes, epistemologically, metaphysically, even ethically, certainly politically, yes, Christianity is Leonard time again, misintegration, postmodernist, with the whole woke thing. Yes, I get it, disintegration. We need to get back to integration as concept formation. We all understand even though religion is M1/2. By understanding, you can't totally discredit Marxism. You need to read the Communist Manifesto to understand how you can propagate, bad word, advocate for, live by living as an objectivist. You need to read Mein Kampf. You need to be aware of conspiracy theories and the psychology that goes into the people that subscribe to that. All those things that, the Jewish problem thing, vaccines, they're going to kill us all, the Malthusians, the Club of Rome, Rothschilds, Bilderbergs, the elites, globalists, they're all going to kill us. We're still here, we're still going, we're at 8 billion people. We could support 15 billion people. It's just that we probably won't get there, because when we become wealthier, this is one thing, one particular way to suggest that we shouldn't totally disregard Jordan Peterson, is that even he realizes it's a miracle how we got here. It's a miracle why we're not clubbing ourselves over the head and raping every good-looking woman that's out there. It's because we reined in the savage Ayn Rand's term that we once were. Let's not ignore how we got here. Is it going to take 100 years or 500 years to totally disregard inconsistencies in certain epistemology and ethics that goes into, politics? The three main ones, how we get to understand the world. Because even in M1/2, and then the attempts at D1/2, we're still going strong. Yes, on the fumes of maybe half a century, in amongst the contradiction of the 50 years of integration. We still had slavery, as if the Civil War was about getting rid of slavery. No, the British Christians had a greater hand in that, and apparently the British only paid off all their resources that they put into ending slavery in 2006. I'm not sure how you calculate that. The whole idea of what they spent on World War I and World War II, that may never be paid off. How do you even work that out when you can just print your money? The whole MMT thing. So yes, I'm jumping from ship to ship, idea to idea. Just part of trying to understand. Let's not shoehorn our ideology, and before the age of 40, having a good conceptualization of understanding of the world. Yes, I was one of the, how Joe Rogan suggests that objectivists are arrogant schmucks. They're, I don't know what words he used, egotistical, what's another, you get what I'm trying to get at. I hope you do. Harsh. There's the whole you. Yes. I really sense the perplexedness, her disbelief in, oh my God, we have gone down. I can't believe that people think like this out of the audience. You can just see it like, what the fuck? You can just see it in her face. But she did okay okay, come on Phil, I need to try and make you guys understand, like, shit, this postmodernist stuff is sending us down the wrong track. Yes, the fumes of the Enlightenment is still going, but it's been a couple of centuries since the that sniff of integration has left, but we're still going strong. So you see how we can't just drop things, otherwise known as Jordan Peterson. He's humble enough in trying to, maybe if you last 10 years, his health doesn't, that's where I should come in. I want to try and help Jordan Peterson. I want to try and help Johan Brook with his back issues and stop exercising. All the objectivists, stop exercising. Hey, it's okay to exercise. Come on, go. It's okay to exercise, but if you're not supplementing all that exercise, the extra sweat, you're losing your micronutrients. So that's another snippet of my shtick and how I reckon I'll get to becoming a centenarian, and I want objectivists to get there too. So anyway, yes, I jumped again in subject. So all right, that's another snippet of how disorganized I'll be presenting things, but there are snippets. Come on, even the whole idea of don't shoehorn our ideology and just totally disregard because religion is M1, M2. We need to drop it. We can't drop it. I don't think we can. Well, yes, we can, but we can't ignore it. You need to, to win World War III or to win a tank battle, you need to understand how the other schmuck thinks. The whole, what is it? The World War II African theatre. Who beat Rommel in Africa? Anyway, his idea was, oh yeah, schmuck. He didn't say that, but I read your book, I understand what you're gonna do, so I smashed ya. Yeah. So you need to understand your misguided folk, the people that aren't capable of understanding objectivism. The religious, the Christians, the Muslims, I don't know. But you don't understand, you're a Christian. Oh, come on. We can do better than that. If I had to make a choice to go down the route that I'm going, the Christian objectivist, the once called this channel, if I had a choice of being an objectivist atheist, which they don't give us a roadmap, a way of understanding maps of meaning. Back to Jordan Peterson again. If we don't understand, if we're not able to understand life in certain patterns, we're coming at it ideologically in like gobbledygook. It's like a different language. yes, ideological predispositions are starting at different points. This is a certain unpack which may disintegrate, but the shoehorning of what Jordan Peterson is doing versus, that's what I'm trying to say. Objectivists aren't immune to shoehorning our own virtues in getting through life. And if I had a choice of being a Christian objectivist versus an atheist objectivist, where the atheists are the libertarian types, the shit in the street, the nihilists, the shit in the street, and then you got to say Sam Harris. Yes, postmodernism. I think to try and get through to people, you can't hit them with a sledgehammer. Otherwise, they're just going to keep on trying to get through life misguidedly, and because let's use the dirty shirts, the shirts in the dirty basket. Objectivist is the cleanest, if not the clean shirt. What's the clean shirt doing in the dirty basket? We have to navigate this world. The basket is full of dirty shirts, and Christianity is the cleanest shirt amongst all of society that we have to contend with to try and get through life. You can't ignore the tree in front of your face while you are trying to get through life, hovering over the forest, because sometimes you got to get in the weeds to sell your product, to sell your service. Hey, check out my service, my health service. The prices will shock, but the efficacy is through the roof. Anyway, another dip, another flog, another promo of my shtick. Yeah, I get it. I'm not expecting much out of it because it's very counterintuitive and objectivist rationality, science. We've doubled our life expectancy in 100 years. Never mind, it hasn't changed in 200 years. Oh, yeah. It depends on where you skew your data from with the whole life expectancy. Oh, the life expectancy in the US is now 82. Come on. Yes, the likes of Leonard Peikoff and Alan Greenspan. Yes, they're pushing up the people we know. Nathaniel Brandon, and yes, we get it. The people around us are living longer than 82, but have a look at high school buddies. Never mind the life expectancy. How about the chronic health, the chronic illness expectancy life thing? Living decrepitly. Where is the living decrepitly expectancy? If our life expectancy is 82 and you live decrepitly for 2 decades, well, living decrepitly and you can't run up a set of stairs from age 62. You need to take that into account too. So there you go. I've gone 40 minutes. All right. I'll get you out of your misery if you got past a minute of my dribble. It's there. Don't shoehorn. Sometimes you need a sledgehammer at some point because Ayn Rand did those 3-minute and 30-minute No, she didn't do the. Yeah, she had the 30-minute spots on TV. Excellent. But Leonard Peikoff in his 3 and 6 minute type appearances, it's hard. It's hard. I don't blame how people get this thing about objectivism. How they're arrogant. That's the word I was looking for before, that Joe Rogan might use. They're arrogant and they're harsh and that sort of thing. So by being dogmatic and lacking that sense of reciprocity and empathy and all that sort of thing with the misguided people in our life, that's why we objectivists get that negative vibe, that negative impression. We are so convinced in our ideology that we just use a sledgehammer and we just lose it. Yes, you're on Brooke. Has the right attitude. Don't be a douche in advocating objectivism. Do the best you can if you got the 3 minutes or the 3 hours. But really, this is like a 3-month, 3-year and 30-year discussion that needs to enter the psyche. And part of that is being careful on how you use the objectivist lexicon. Ooh, that's another episode title. All right. I was thinking of quitting at 15 minutes and then 30 minutes and entering 40 minutes plus. All right. No more misery. Okay, bye-bye for now.